Parish President remarks and report. Mr. St. Pierre.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Good to be back after 2 weeks. First week I was at the LEPA conference where I heard Frank speak. Frank, I also want to extend my appreciation to over the last 6 years for your department. During the time of emergencies, you're always there for us, gave us updated information. I really appreciate that. Also have, and just to follow up on Ron's point that we went through this tabletop exercise, you know, I was really pleased to see how directors were all on board. They all knew their jobs. They're seasoned veterans now, and just to make a point on our pumping stations, you know, we don't wait till a hurricane to get all our pumping stations ready. Those pumping stations are ready every day of the week. We have a good maintenance program where Sam and his people take care of it. So all the pumps are ready and we're ready to go. Just make sure that you're ready to go. I'm happy to report that the Miracles to Milestone Inclusive Playground is currently in construction by the community volunteers at the East Bank Bridge Park this week. Volunteers in support for the projects come to St. Charles Parish Parks and Recreation, Rain CII Carbon, the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, the Narco Manufacturing Complex, United Way of St. Charles, and members of the Destrehan High School football team. Also, a special thanks to Hillary Sermon, whose determination helped raise over $200,000 from the community to make this project happen. 2 weeks ago at the FEMA conference, I spoke to the director, Tony Robinson, of District 6, director for FEMA. We are still getting a few residents are getting those high insurance premiums. So I addressed that with him, and he said that if any of the residents are getting those high insurance premiums, to call a local FEMA office directly. And he assured me over the next several weeks that the insurance company will be getting notified how the implementation of the new program is going to work. Last week I met with Jim Finley, the Vice President of Dow Chemical in New Orleans, and he gave New Orleans leaders and myself an overview of the Dow operation in Louisiana. They plan on spending over $6 billion between Louisiana and Mississippi in the next 2 years. I'm sorry, Texas and Louisiana over the next 2 years. At the LEPA conference, the major topic of discussion was the ice storm. It was mentioned how parishes were not prepared for something quite unusual as in the South. Most of the equipment, you may know or may not know that, but Louisiana does have some de-icing machine. Most of them are kept up north because we don't usually freeze down here. And when we froze down here, everybody was just in a state of shock. They really didn't know what to do. The state used over 4.5 million tons of sand, 750,000 gallons of liquid de-icer, which have to be applied every 2 to 4 hours. And there was no more money in the budget for, to really do the job efficiently. So in 2015, they're going to allocate some more money for de-icing equipment. Just an update on the West Bank Hurricane Protection Levee, the Willow Ridge section. Southern Delta Construction, the contractor, has constructed all necessary permanent dikes, and the site's dewatering of the levee right-of-ways has been completed. The permanent dikes currently offer a 3.5 level of protection for the Willow Ridge estates. Approximately 750 linear feet of the permanent levee is under construction, and 1,000 linear feet of the drainage canal has been constructed. Construction is anticipated to be completed at the end of 2014 or within the first quarter of 2015, depending on allowable weather conditions. Additionally, the design of the Willdale pumping station has been completed and is expected to be advertised in the third or fourth quarter of 2014, with construction anticipated to begin in the first quarter of 2015. The Ellington phase soil borings is currently wrapping up, and a preliminary levee design plan has been submitted. A conceptual report for the T-wall structure will be submitted by BKI this week, and design of the Ellington structure should begin within the next month to accompany the levee design. Once the final soil boring analysis is complete, any resulting modification to the levee and the structure design will be incorporated. The conceptual design of the Ellington pumping station is nearing completion, which should occur this month, to be followed immediately by the preliminary design. Appraisals and acquisitions for the levee right-of-ways are ongoing and anticipated to be completed by the end of 2014, with a target construction date of early 2015 for the levee lift. The Magnolia Ridge phase mitigation purchase agreement has been entered into with Enterprise Woodland LLC and Chevron USA Incorporated to offset the 4.5 acres of wetland impacted under the revised permit application. This is in the final regulatory requirement prior to the reinsurance of the Magnolia Ridge Pumping Station permit. As soon as the new permits are received, the parish can place temporary drainage pumps in the canal and maintain the water levels on the protected side of the levee. The reissue permits are anticipated in the next few weeks. Soil boring and survey work for the levee are to begin shortly and will be used to finalize a design for the structure in the next levee lift. Sunset Levee section, the Lafourche Levee Basin has taken over the mooring and maintenance responsible for the Sunset Levee utilizing this existing funding. Engineering design for FEMA LAMP reviews are continuing on the Sunset portion of the levee in order to determine the future improvements and height requirements needed for certification purposes. Lafourche Levee District has completed around 20% of the soil borings. Some good news. In April of last year, St. Charles Parish, we switched our property insurance provider from CNA Insurance to AmRisk, resulting in a savings to the parish of $275,000. In addition to this savings, the parish also received more coverage as well as a lower deductible. Under the old policy, our deductible was $100,000. Under the new policy, our new deductible is $50,000, so it's a good savings there. That concludes my report, Madam Chairman.